people that you work with, are they solo? Do they, are they at the age where they have kids, or mostly again it's just young guys that are just on their own and they're in the early stages. They've got tons of energy and time, and they want to just they want to make their mark. They want to make a lot of money.
I got a little bit of both. As far as, I've got some people going through some of the courses that I offer, and I've got the single guys that are, just figuring out, and I've got the guys with a younger family for the most part, maybe one or two kids that are also at a decent point in their career, but also just looking to take it to the next level. And I think because I've shared on just my YouTube channel and also podcasts and some blog posts where I was doing okay. I was almost, making $250,000 a year, living in small town Illinois, which was like 20 times more than the average salary there. I financially, like we were doing awesome. But as far as like, I don't want to say my emotional health, but just my entrepreneurial health, I just felt like I was stuck. I felt like I was going through the motions, didn't feel like I was really fulfilled at what I was doing. And, it didn't take at that point in time, I had grown the business where it's pretty much on autopilot, and I didn't have to do a lot of work to keep it where it was. And like, that's just not very exciting. I mean, that might be hard for some to relate to, but, you spend all this time growing it. And I'm the type, like, I want to continue to be challenged. I've always felt like if you're not growing, you're dying, and that might be a bit extreme, but if you aren't challenging yourself, if you're just going through the motions, I mean, that's not how we're supposed to live life. So I ended up joining a coaching program to help me, kind of figure all that part out. And that was one of the best investments I've ever made. And from there, the business ended up growing, going from 250 to growing almost to, I think it was like 750,000, in 3 years. So I tripled my revenue in 3 years. And the best part was I was working less than I'd ever had. I was taking more time off I'd ever had. And that just began an amazing journey. So I have a lot of people that know that part of my story. And I've shared a lot of that about my story where, showing somebody like, man, you're making 6 figures a year and you feel good, you feel successful, but there's still something else that's missing, but you really can't quite place it. And that's kind of where I was, everything on paper said I should be feeling awesome right now. Like I should be doing jumping jacks every single day. And there were some days where I was excited, but other days I just felt like I was missing something. And when I finally figured out what that something was, it was monumental. I mean, it was just almost like an extreme makeover show. And it's just been a even more fun journey ever since.
Yeah. What kind of comments do you get from listeners and viewers? Like, what are some of the challenges they have that, surprise you, or, what are common ones that you have to give advice on a lot?
I'm still amazed that anytime I do any sort of investing video, especially on YouTube, so many people that are commenting that they still haven't made their first investment. Like that one is still mind boggling to me, just because of how easy it is. And, a lot hasn't changed in the sense that many people still feel that to start investing, that you have to have thousands of dollars, just to get going. So I'm still amazed that is still a misconception, to get started investing. Other than that, I think a lot of people that have some desire of doing an online business don't really know where to start or how to start or what to even do. And, that's something it's harder to answer because, the way I approached it was different. I kind of stumbled upon it, and I've always started with the mentality of serving others, of wanting to help others, letting your experience and your expertise, show others and how to get them to win to the next step. And that's just something that it's always just been a mission of mine with the blog or the podcast or the YouTube channel, just wanting to really just serve others.